Welcome to Nyame Bekyere. This is our first project, the Community Library and Event Center, right here behind me, right here on the roadside. Everybody going to Koforidua has to pass it. You know, one of the reasons why I waited this long to do the enstoolment and to do the oath is because I really wanted to have something built. I thought it was appropriate and I thought it was proper that since the community of Nyame Bekyere has chosen me to be Nkosuohene Chief of Development, that when I take the oath, I can actually point to something that's been built. So instead of taking the oath and giving a promise, I wanted to take the oath and point to at least the first community institution that was built from which the development will surround and build around. So we are here at the Nyame Bekyere Library and Community Center, which is being worked on and which will be done by the time of the enstoolment on October 31st. So this is the ground floor, which is the library. I'm actually sitting right now in the librarian's office. So as you can see, this entire space is a large space. It's right here on the roadside for people to see. Not only will the library service the people of Nyame Bekyere and the school, which is right behind the library, and the school goes from kindergarten to junior high school, but the library will also serve communities 5 miles this way and 5 miles this way. So a 10-mile stretch will be servicing the entire community. In 2019, as a part of our second annual Back to Africa Festival, where we brought some artists from Washington, D.C. to Ghana with a large group of people, we broke ground on this library right here. At that time, we had promised the community that we would be building a library. And to be very honest with you, I didn't know how, I didn't know what, I just obeyed. And I knew that we needed to build a library. I'm standing here now on the first level of the library, which is almost done, and which will be complete by the time of my enstoolment on October 31st. So since 2019, and then of course we had the pandemic, and then after that, we began to work with contractors, designers, sharing different ideas with each other and other people about exactly what the library would be. One of our philosophies about community development is that communities cannot be sustained by government funds or nonprofits and NGOs. Communities have to become self-sufficient, particularly African communities, particularly free African communities. They have to be self-sufficient. So in our model, what we do is for every community institution that we build a business on top. And the responsibility of that business is to not only provide jobs, but to also provide the income that will support the community institution on the bottom. So we literally build community institutions on the ground level and businesses on top that support the community institution under it for a true trickle-down effect. So where I'm standing right now is the event center space. If you can see as far this way as I'm walking, all of this area to as far as the other way is an event center space that will be available for the people of Nyame Bekyere, this community, as well as anywhere from Adawso to Koforidua, which is a 10-mile stretch. 4 restrooms will go here, a kitchenette, in this open space, a nice state-of-the-art Wi-Fi, nice sound system, everything that people might not normally have access to unless they're going to the big city will be right here in the middle of this rural area. Above this level will also be another rooftop deck. And again, the purpose of these businesses are to sustain the community institutions. When we first started this journey about 5 years ago, we really didn't know which direction we were heading. We just obeyed. But what we knew is that it was important for us to begin to take what we were already doing in Washington, D.C., in our studios at Adinker Cultural Arts Studios, inside of the charter and public schools with traditional expressions, and all that we had learned from high school, from elementary school, and our whole life in terms of being connected with African culture. What we knew is that it was time for us to start helping to connect people of the African diaspora physically to the African continent. And when we did that, and we wound up here in Nyame Bekyere, Ghana, people began noticing, seeing what we were doing, seeing us traveling back and forth. And the number one question that I always get is, Diallo, how can I help? Diallo, what can we do? This, as you know, is our library and community center. And what we're doing is, as you see, we're continuing to build it. We're offering our family and our community an opportunity to be a part of this very great thing that we're doing here in the Eastern region in Nyame Bekyere. I doubt that there's another building like this in the entire Eastern region. For those of you who've been asking, what can we do? How can we help? I'll tell you, it's very simple. All along the foundation of this level and all along the foundation of the first floor level are 5-inch bricks that we've made. And what we are doing, there are 400 bricks, and what we are doing is giving you an opportunity to make a donation. If you want to be a part of this opportunity, and if you want to know how you can help, what can you do, how you can be a part of this effort, the easiest thing that you can do from your house without having to travel to Ghana to actually help us sort through books or donate books, and we'll get to that part, is to donate $200 per brick. Each of these bricks, 5-inch bricks that we've made ourselves, we didn't buy them, each of these bricks will line the entire ground floor of the library, and they'll also line the entire top floor of the library. We're asking for a $200 donation per brick, 400 bricks, that will equal $80,000. The $80,000 is not used to finance the building of the library. As you can see, the library is almost done. We've already financed that ourselves. The opportunity for you is to help us sustain the programming in this community for the first 3 years. So that money that you donate, that you decide that you want to be a part of this opportunity to do something great for the community here, will go to one brick, $200. And on the outside of this brick, there will be a plaque with your name on it, with whoever you want to honor. If you want to honor your grandmother, if you want to honor your grandfather, anybody in your family, if you want to honor a national ancestor, Martin Luther King, we're going to put a plaque along the bottom of this ground floor and along the bottom of the first floor to honor whoever you want to honor. So, for those of you who've been asking, what can I do? How can I help? That's step number one. That's the first thing that you can do right there. And if you decide that you want to donate more than one brick, if you decide that you want to donate more than the amount, you can do that. All of that money will go to the sustaining of the program. The building, we've taken care of. You know, I was talking to my brothers and my sons, and I said, yo, it took me 5 years to figure out exactly what I'm doing. It took me 5 years to figure out why I'm here, why I'm in this community, why I was brought here, and exactly what it is that I'm doing. So here you see it. We hope that you can join us on October 31st for the enstoolment, which will be right here in Nyame Bekyere. It's also when we'll cut the ribbon on this library. We hope that if you are able, you can make a donation and become a part of this opportunity to do something great for this community and to help set an example and a model for what and how the diaspora can contribute to community development as we begin and continue to make our track back to Africa. So thank you very much. Don't forget, nanaone.com, NANAONE.com. You can find all of the information about the enstoolment If you can't make it here physically, we will have a live simulcast. Thank you in advance for your donations, for your prayers, for your words of your encouragement, and all of your contributions. We look forward to seeing you on October 31st, where we will also launch a few more projects that we have coming and give you the full story for everything that we're doing here on Nyame Bekyere and how this can be used as a model for community development throughout Ghana and other African communities. Peace. Thank you so much.